This is going to be a short video, but I am on an Elizabeth line service to Heathrow Terminal 4, and the next stop will be West Ealing. Great Western Railway operate a lot of branch lines, and 4 of them are called the Thames branches. They are the ones from Twyford to Henley-on-Thames, Maidenhead to Marlow, Slough to Windsor, and Eton Central, and the one I am going on today, West Ealing to Greenford. All of these branch lines have connections to the Elizabeth line. However, you can't get a direct train from West Ealing to Slough, Maidenhead, or Twyford, as the trains towards Reading pass through West Ealing without stopping. There is a day ranger called a Thames Branches Day Ranger, and a Thames Rover which is the same but for 7 days, which allows travel on all 4 of these branch lines, as well as stopping, semi-fast and intercity services between London and Reading, South Western Railway to Winnersh, and Great Western Railway to Tilehurst or Reading West for whatever reason. I bought one of these in 2024 and made 4 videos with it. It's a very useful ticket which lets you travel on the Class 345, 387, 800 and 165, and now the Class to 30. It's very good value for money, and I recommend you buy one if you put it to good use. Anyway, when Transport for London bought new trains for the District Line, Vivarail saw that the D stock still have life in them and decided to take some of the D stock trains. Some were converted to the Class 484, currently in use on the Isle of Wight, and others were converted to Class to 30s for Transport for Wales and London North Western. When Vivarail went into administration, London North Western got rid of their trains, with 150s from Northern being introduced on the line after a year of replacement buses. The London North Western unit stayed in Reading for a while before being abandoned in Long Marston. It's really sad to see how the London North Western ones ended up, especially because Transport for Wales and South Western Railway, who still use theirs, showed us it didn't have to be abandoned after Vivarail died. Great Western Railway decided to take some and trial battery technology. The Class 777 and 756 has batteries on board as well as other methods of powering the train, so surely there are no issues with keeping the batteries and removing the other power options, right? They have done a lot of testing and even broke the world record by driving 200 miles without charging, and it could have gone even further. There is one issue with the train. At most stations en route, the train is a lot higher than the platform and exceeds the limit of 23 centimeters. But they decided to do the simple decision of not caring. Surely you'll be fine after getting up the ramp at South Greenford. Great Western Railway put the train in service on Saturdays only. Of course, several people rode the train on the first day, but I couldn't on the first day. I couldn't even go in the first month, but I did eventually go. I checked real-time trains as soon as I woke up, and it said the Class to 30 was planned to operate the service all day. So I made my way to West Ealing. I got off the train, which subsequently left, and walked to the lift to take me up to the footbridge, and went to Platform 5, which was built recently for the Greenford shuttle, to terminate here, rather than going to Paddington and using up pads needed for the new Elizabeth line. My train was on the board, the 11:45 to Greenford. Not that you can see it because camera just cannot take pictures of screens. I didn't get a chance to record, but I saw the Class 165 pull in. And just to make things worse, I noticed the Class 230 in the sidings, like it's teasing me. I was sure it said it was a Class 230 on real-time trains, and it did. It turns out it was a 230 until there was a problem with the traction equipment at around 9 o'clock, and it went to the sidings to sit there for the next week. The next week, it was a Class 230 the whole day, but I couldn't go. The week after, I did go to West Ealing, checking real-time trains as often as I could. Class 230. I got to West Ealing and went over the footbridge. Last time I checked real-time trains was at Bond Street. The train was scheduled to arrive at 11:41, but nothing arrived. I waited, and waited, and waited. And a lot of other people also waited. It's a good opportunity to look at the charging equipment and fast charge battery banks though. At 11:45, when the train was scheduled to leave, it still didn't show up. The board still said it was on time, although this picture isn't great. Then, out of nowhere, when I wasn't recording, the 11:45 disappeared. Next train at 12:15. Real-time trains had no info about where it was. So I waited at West Ealing for about 10 minutes, went to the cafe on the other side of the road, then checked real-time trains, and we finally had an update. It was at Castle Bar Park, 21 minutes late, and on its way to West Ealing. Station boards refused to show the 11:45, until it did. The 11:45 came back on the screen, saying it was expected to arrive at 12:02, and it did arrive at 12:02. Finally, something went right. The boards changed to say the 11:45 was cancelled, which is kind of correct as the train left at 12:15, which is when the next service was scheduled to leave. Turns out, when it arrived at Greenford at 12 o'clock, there was some sort of fault which took 20 minutes to resolve. They fixed it, and it left Greenford 20 minutes late, made its way down to West Ealing, and formed the 12:15. I'm still not sure what the fault is, but I did ride this train in the end on an actual journey. My full review on that will come out later, but remember this all happened on the second attempt. So what happened on my first attempt? Well, it was going to be that train for the rest of the day. I didn't really want to ride the 165, so I just left it. I didn't get on. It's not a full waste of money though, because I didn't touch out at West Ealing. I decided not to give up and go home, but to instead go to Heathrow. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but Heathrow have these little blue tickets which lets you ride the Elizabeth line and Heathrow Express for free. I rode the Heathrow Express several years ago from Paddington to Heathrow, but I didn't make any videos out of it. This time, I rode the Heathrow Express from Terminal 5 to Heathrow Central, and I've made a video comparing all three, which you can watch here. Thanks for watching.